Hey, Justice League, Justice Warriors, what shaken? It is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Time is flying. It's just 1:20 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time, according to my computer here. So I trust that it's accurate. I'll give my people a minute to find my live because I only gave 5 minutes announcement time. And I'm sure nobody out there thought that I would be anywhere close to on time, right? Since I usually am like pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back and then still behind. Anyway, I'm trying to improve on that. So always good to turn over a new leaf. Angel E, hey girl. Sherry, good morning. Lovely to see you both. Thank you so much for coming in and thanks for saying hi. So I know things are working. Wow. Did you guys catch Shan's live last night? I think it was like 4 hours long, excuse me. And I was actually on the panel a couple of times for a solid chunk initially, and then I just hopped back on for a quick one. But I wasn't on the panel for the majority of the time. And it's a good thing because I really need to sleep. You know how that goes, right? I have to get up wicked, like get that butt crack of dawn actually before that. So I have to be at work before the butt crack of dawn. So it's rough, but I like having a job. I like structure. I like routine and all that. And I get to do this. So I'm extremely fortunate. And I don't have a lot to complain about. I mean, I've got my challenges. We all do. There's no way in H you're going to have 4 kids and not have challenges, right? Anyway, enough about me and my problems. Let's talk about you guys and your problems. If you have any that you want to share, please do. Pour your guts out right here, right now. Kidding, of course. So yeah, let's talk about Kylie Rodney. Let's talk about the Watts some. I don't know if we can handle any more Maui or Idaho 4. Like those cases are so effed up. Not that Kylie Rodney, I mean, come on, right? And Watts too. I mean, that case is not wrapped up with justice. That case is wrapped up with some justice, and a lot of justice has fallen by the wayside. We'll get into that. Paula Plunder just put out a new video on it this morning. Always gotta love Paula leading the pack. Anyway, let me say hello to CB and Bex and Anna and Sandra. Sandra, didn't you win? Let's see. I wrote it down in my notes because I can't ever remember anything when I'm on live. Yeah, Sandra, you won the white hat. Did you email me your address? Please do at justiceatooz@gmail.com. And just any address that you would like me to send the white Justice A to Z hat to, I would be thrilled to do that. And I'm also looking for a NOELDER 1214 who won the black hat. I think it's like Noelder. I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar with that one as I am with you, Miss Sandra. And hey, Miss McKenna, love the hat. Well, you are so sweet, aren't you? And Sandra says, seriously? Yeah, you won the white one. And so it's real plain. I don't have it handy here to show, but I did want a commitment that you will bedazzle it in one way or another, like something, anything. I don't care, but it's just a little too plain for me. And I want to thank my my mod who sent me all the hats, not the one I have on. This one I bedazzled myself. I found this patch. I think it was on clearance at the grocery store. Sorry, not sorry. Almost as good as what my oldest would say when she was like a year old and she first learned how to speak. And the first words that came out of her mouth were no sorry and no like. So, yeah, that's my kid, the 21-year-old now. No sorry, no like. And she did pretty good with just those 2 phrases. That's all she needed to get by. Cool, Sandra, send me your info and I'll confirm, I'll reply to it that I got it because I don't get all my emails, or I didn't because my email was all full, but I like cleared it out. I deleted like 4,000. So there should be room for yours. Anyway, let's get on with talking about Plunder. So, a lot of times I feel like my videos are kind of reaction videos because I love to speak about the really good, inspiring videos that I've watched. And Plunder is, one of my mentors. She does an amazing job. She really cracked the case with the Watts getting the video footage. You guys have all heard this, but maybe some people are new here. The video footage of Nicole Kessinger's 3 hour and 33-minute quote unquote interrogation with her daddy sitting next to her, where they had it on audio tape only. And Paula Plunder consistently requested the video footage for years. I think it was 3 years total. And then she finally sent them an email with an intent to sue, and they returned. Their response was to give her the freaking footage. And that sort of broke the case wide open further. Of course, it was quote unquote resolved when that dirtbag made his confession to stop the investigation. And I want to keep up with you guys. Plunder does a really great job. Yes, she does. And I want to highlight that. And yeah, don't dox yourself, Sandra. Yeah, I'm happy to send it to any address you want, the moon, whatever works for you. And of course, I won't do anything with it, and I won't drop by, I swear. So yeah, we need to talk about that too with in relationship to Mrs. G, the honey badger, and Shan's live from last night, but we'll get to that. First, we're going to continue finishing up with the DA Rourke, who claims, get this is in Paula Plunder's most recent video that I'll put the link to in the description. In her video, and it's a clip that she shows from a video from his wife's podcast. So his wife has a podcast. And he says that he has received thousands of emails from the public asking him to reopen the Watts case and focus on NK. And he refuses to even entertain the idea for a split second. In my understanding, when a public figure gets 3 emails that say the same thing from 3 different sources, they take it really seriously. If they get more than 3, like 5 or 7, they really take it seriously. So he's received thousands, and he's just going to ignore them all because it's all just a bunch of idiotic armchair detectives that if they care so much about our justice system, they just need to go to law school and become a prosecuting attorney like he did. Dang it. Dang it all. So this is my question to you and to me and to us here in the true crime community. And I would ask Paula, but she has her own work cut out for her. She doesn't need anybody suggesting ideas for her. All of us, we have trouble keeping up with our own ideas, right? Class action lawsuit. So the DA Rourke is now, I believe, a justice without justice. And he insists that NK was just this meek little victim, and his wife insists that she's this meek little victim, and that everybody just needs to back the F off, like leave her alone. He almost said it like the way she says, leave Jim alone. And I love the way armchair detective Alan just calls the guy, leave Jim alone. Jim, leave Jim alone, Jim. So NK can be NK, leave Jim alone, NK. Anyway, you know how I get all gurry and bitey when it comes to crazy ass crap. So this DA just indignantly insisting that He's right, and these thousands of people that are going out of their way to continuously email him years after the fact that they're all just a bunch of idiots that need to go to law school. Yeah, okay, right. Thousands? Thousands. Like, what kind of public official are you? You know, this is a democracy. You work for the people. You can't ignore that. If nothing else, just reopen the case and then close it the exact same way and say, there, I opened it. You guys satisfied now? Because that's what happens a lot of the time. People get all excited because a case gets reopened, like Kendrick Johnson. His case got reopened, I think, twice. But I know for a fact that a year ago it was closed with no changes, and it was absolutely devastating. And I'm trying to keep up with the Kendrick Johnson case. Um, I haven't been able to keep up with it. I haven't put a lot of attention into it, but his family is one of the few families that actually wants the public's help. So if you guys don't know the Kendrick Johnson case, I've spoken about it a few times. My knowledge of it started with a Christine Randall video that I put a link in the description of one of my videos last week. I'll put that link again. I think that it's something that would interest anybody that likes my channel because it's really about the corruption, in my opinion. Oh, I didn't do all that stuff, did I? Please hit that like button if you'd be so kind. Here, I'll put it in the corner where it belongs. I'll just hold it like that for the whole thing. And everything I say is simply my opinion, and canon will be used against me, right? I'm simply trying to start a conversation with these amazing people that I'm so fortunate to have watch my channel and participate in my chat. You guys are awesome. And I don't want to call it my chat. Let's call it our chat. So all my videos to date have been made for YouTube. It's an entertainment platform. And let's get on with talking about Shan's live because it's a lot of material to cover. And I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed with, like, feeling like you have to watch all this stuff, like you're falling behind, you need to get caught up. One of the reasons that I started my channel and one of the angles that I felt like I could work on to kind of, get a foothold for myself in this true crime community was to be like a Cliff Notes version of these videos that I like and talk about so that, if you want, you can go watch it, but you don't have to feel obligated like you're going to miss something, because a lot of it is just, the whole human experience of talking and hashing and rehashing. Like, all of our videos can be repetitive at times, but it's also, I think, a really nice human experience to have that full conversation. But if you just want the nuts and bolts, that's why a lot of content creators will give you the timestamp to get to that nut and to get to that bolt. And I kind of felt funny about my video yesterday. I think it was like at least 12 minutes in before I said the big thing that I was leading up to. And I'm not trying to get people to stay watching my video for 12 minutes because if anything, I think that would backfire and they'd hate me for it. And so I thought about, well, I could put that information in the description, but I don't know how many people really read the descriptions. And I just thought I'd see if I get complaints for that type of thing, because if I don't get a complaint, then, maybe it's okay. But, especially when you get like 3 of the same complaint, that's when you're like, okay, there's a valid point there. But for me, with my small channel, if I get 1 complaint, if I think they have a valid point, I'm happy to address it. And if I don't think they have a valid point, depending on if they're just being jerks or whatever, I'll handle it the way I see fit. So let's see. Kenna says, not a good one. What's not a good one? Wait a second. Sounds like he really cares about the public. Yeah, not a good public official. Let's see. And he's not a good DA. No, he was awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, when you have thousands of people emailing you the same thing and you just want to shut it down and be insulting. I mean, he was extremely insulting to everybody on social media, on YouTube, the whole true crime community. He just thinks we're a bunch of nimrods that all need to go to law school. Hey, some of us have gone to law school and we're still doing a podcast. Not me. I didn't go to law school, but I do know a lot about the law. I know a ton about mental health law, a lot about family law from my professional experience. I know a lot about criminal law from family that I have that are first responders and specifically of the peace officer type, and the government officials that I've had in my family. And, my amazing son who has stepped up and volunteered to fight for your freedom and mine. So can't pretend I'm not proud of that, right? It was hard for me to accept that at first. I was like, no, son, it's too much structure. You'll hate it. Trust your mother. So, yeah. Anyway, let's stay focused. We need to talk about this damn video that Shan did last night that was 4 hours long because it was freaking ridiculous. I'm not saying Shan is ridiculous. I'm saying the material that she's covering is ridiculous, but I appreciate her doing it. She's going over that blasted channel that I came up with a good name. Tell me what you guys think, because you guys are the smartest. So the channel that I'm talking about, I don't think I need to go into any detail. If you're not sure, just watch Shan's video from last night, just any part of it, and you'll see exactly the content creator, who I feel like a good code name is Holy A, like holier than thou, that kind of holy. And, A, like, I don't know, A from elbow kind of A. So, yeah, it's a little sacrilegious, but so is she. Using Jesus as her armory. Give me an effing break. Like, she's so far gone, you guys. And Shan is doing a public service in hashing out her ridiculous claims and lives. Oh my goodness. If you guys don't know, I'll catch you up real quick. Hold on. I also love to stay caught up with you guys. I've been seeing way too much injustice in our justice system lately. Don't hate. Don't be hating. Yeah, I remember you from last week. It took me a minute to figure that out. I love it. Don't be hating. Yeah, I know. I told you what the attorney that won my lawsuit for me in Seattle said when I hired them, which was, if you're looking for justice, you're not necessarily going to find it in the justice system. I was like, well, that's a really nice thing to say when you take my retainer money. So, but they were just keeping it real, and I respect them for that. And I know exactly, I knew what they meant at the time because I had to sue the court. I worked for the King County Superior Court, and they backed me into a corner where I had no option but to sue them. I tried not to, and I tried every other option. But anyway, that was what, over 20 years ago. So it was rough. It was rough. I had that team of attorneys for 4 freaking years. It was ridiculous. Absolutely insanity. But I won. I schooled those MFs, those judges, those justices, those jerk offs that think that these people think they're above the law. The people that are government officials who abuse their power, they literally think that the laws don't apply to them. And the laws do apply to them. That's the whole freaking thing with the freaking law. Don't get me started. But also, I'm reminding myself of the Upchurch video that he just did this morning. So he did the 2 yesterday about trafficking, and then he did one today kind of reacting to the reactions. And got to give it to my man Upchurch. Okay, so we are the fortunate ones. Thank you. And Kenna says, already did kick some booty. Sorry, I had a potty mouth on Shan's live. Couldn't help it. Holy A made me mad. LOL. And Terry says, "Hi guys, love you all." And apparently we know more than him. Right. But no, these thousands of people are all just idiots because they didn't go to law school and they're not DAs and they don't know the profession. Forget about the whole common sense crap. Oh, yeah, she's such a freaking victim. She destroyed her freaking SIM card. No, she didn't come to you voluntarily. She came to you because she knew you were going to come to her. Give me a freaking break. And then the whole thing with her phone pinging by the house at like 6:15 in the morning. Okay, so that's after the dirt bag had already headed out towards Survey 319. But what was she doing there? What the F was she doing there? It's a good question. I think it needs to be addressed. Why is everyone against finding truth, asking for a friend? Oh, isn't that a cute question? Justice coming soon. I love it. Where can I find your email address? So at the end of the description of my video is the email address, and it's justice, ATOOZ, @gmail.com. And Whiskey Tango. So let's talk about Shan's live last night. She had a lot of trolls coming out in droves, swooping down, descending upon her, challenging her every thought and activity. So the Holy A channel was literally, I think the video that Shan was dissecting was from yesterday. Holy A channel has been doing 2 and 3 lives a day, apparently. Like she's, her Cash App is right there at the top of her description. So, you can send her all of your money and then some. She needs it because she needs to buy some more ink, running out of paper too. Okay. And so Holy A accused Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the honey badger, of making a direct threat on Holy A's fake interview person. Are you guys following? I know it's impossible, isn't it? Okay, how do I break this down? So Mrs. G made some kind of comment like, it wouldn't be surprising if this person that she says is going to come on a live, something happens to them. So then, therefore, they're not able to come on this live because Mrs. G was thinking, yeah, this person doesn't really exist, right? Kind of like Ronnie going on Ickmael's live that wasn't live. Like, I don't know about you, but I lost all respect for Ickmael. I mean, he was the one who sicked Xaname on us, for crying out loud. Like, I don't think he can come back from that, in my humble opinion. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. My goodness. So this is going to be good. Terry Barker says, "Hey, Annie and Jade. No one is against finding the truth, but we are against the gaslighting and going after innocent folks and telling your viewers you're being stalked, etc. But it's all lies." Yeah, I'm going to keep calling her. Holy A has lost it, honestly. Yeah, she's really, really far gone. I don't know what to think of it other than that she's a narcissist. She's a grifter. Like, she's clearly just trying to rob everybody of their money. And she has no interest in finding the truth. She's just trying to milk this for all she can. And she doesn't care about anybody but herself and stealing your money from you. So protect your wallets, people. Protect your bank accounts. Don't Cash App her. I can only imagine, like, when people did that with Jeffy Poo, he was hacking into their accounts because he's a hacker. So she really reminds me of a female Jeffy Poo. Not that I think she has the skills and talent to hack, but I'm sure she knows somebody who could help her, right? Or she could Google it. So, Holy A, I'm going to keep calling her that, bears false witness, the hypocrisy so much. Jesus gonna have to come back and save us all again. I tried watching her a few months ago, and it was before she got banished from the Squirrel Squad, and, like, right around the time she was about to, and she was starting down this path like, "Okay, well, we have the Kylie Rodney case wrapped up now. We figured out that mystery. So now I wanna help you guys with what I really came onto YouTube for, which is, the rapture and the second coming, and, we all need to prepare and get good with God so that we will be saved if we haven't been saved already." And I was like, "She's serious, man." Okay. Thanks for the inside scoop. Okay. Thanks for sharing that with me because I missed the memo. Um, a, a dumpster fire. Yes, Terry Barker. I'm going to highlight that, but I'm not going to say it out loud just because, I'm trying to abide by the YouTube standard. So her channel is completely out of YouTube standards completely, completely, completely. It wouldn't surprise me if she got shut down, but she's not going to get shut down unless a lot of people complain directly to YouTube with valid points. So if you guys are interested in helping clean up the gutter of the YouTube streets, I would say let's look at that. Let's make some really valid complaints that are inarguable. Like the doxing of the little kids and showing photographs of people that are obviously under 18. That's just for starters. Well, been in here for a while, but WTF, please update me. Thanks, Karen. I'm glad that you said that. So maybe we can go back to the beginning. But first, I do want to get caught up. Why hating on Holy A? How do you know the interview was fake? Okay, justice coming soon. Are you a plant from her? Because if you've seen it, you too would know that the interview was fake. This woman couldn't remember Kylie's name. Every time she said it, she would have to stop and I think read her notes or, look it up on Google or something. And then Holy A jumps in and says, "Oh, people, let me fill you in. The reason why she's pausing every time before she says Kylie's name is because she's got this nickname for her that she doesn't want to share. And so she keeps almost saying it. And that's why she's stopping herself." Give me an effing break. That's just like one of about 1,000 reasons. So, justice coming soon. I'm going to be nice and polite and you know, it's fine to ask questions, but I'm very suspicious of you now. I'm just going to say it straight up because that chick is crazier than cray. Like, sanitariums are what they invented for people like her. Like, they don't really exist anymore, but she's like out of the realm of the definition of most mental health disorders. She's clearly narcissistic. I started to say this. She's a grifter, but she's what you would call malingering. So malingering people morph into whatever they need to at the moment. They're kind of shapeshifters, like Satan. Satan's a shapeshifter. Malingering is like worse than any mental health disorder you can imagine. And quite frankly, she seemed high as a kite to me yesterday. But, I do know she shares openly that she takes Thrive, and that stuff seems dangerous because look what Chris Watts did when he was on Thrive. Like, in my humble opinion, that company needs to look at their ingredients and look at the fact that the Watts family is how people know of their product. And then now they have somebody like Holy A being another representative of their product, inadvertently. I don't think they would want that. I think they would tell her to shut the F up and not mention, they'd probably pay her to not mention anything about them. But anyway, let's get on with it. I still want to know what happened to Caleb Lee. I enjoyed our convos. I don't know. They're probably over there in the Holy A group. There was like 200 people in her live that Shan was dissecting. And it's just like, really? Like, are they just there to dissect it? Or are they there because they think that she holds some secret keys to unlock the mystery of who's Kylie's baby daddy? Okay, so that part of the conversation, to answer that question, why hating on that biatch? Because she's saying that Kylie was pregnant. Kylie had a freaking IUD and a Diva cup. Hello. And then she asked her special fake guest who the baby daddy was. Special fake guest skirted around the question, came back with, huh? What was the question again? Oh, yeah, the baby daddy, the baby daddy, the baby daddy. Well, after thousands and thousands of hours of discussion, blah, 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 never got to it, right? Of course not, because that's something that they could go down in flames for and have to pay thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for that type of slander and misinformation. So, at the same time, they were essentially calling her a freaking tramp, and like she wouldn't even know who the dad was. So yeah, watch it yourself. And okay, these people are idiots. These people are absolute frauds. 100%. I have zero doubt. Zero doubt. And please prove me wrong. Please. I would welcome it. I still want to know what happened. Not agreeing with action isn't hating. No, Jade, but I clearly am hating on this whack job because it really not only screws up Kylie's chances of justice for Kylie, it screws up this whole platform. And this whole platform is very powerful in this democracy. Mainstream media has lost a lot of ground to this here platform. People come to this here platform to hear the truth. Not that everything we say here is the truth, but a lot of us, that's what we're shooting for. That's what we're hoping for. So when you have somebody come out here who's clearly just trying to muddy up the water, it's ruining the platform. The platform itself could go away, potentially. Also, the platform's integrity gets disintegrated. And with like one whack job on YouTube, then you can say, well, YouTube just has a lot of whack jobs. Like anybody can have a channel, right? Even you, Ara. Ara is like such not a whack job. We love Ara. Let's see. I missed a whole bunch. You guys are awesome. And as a Christian, it's important to be on the side of safety, ease on the negativity, as to not give your purpose a bad taste a person's mouth, so to speak. So, yeah, I mean, I don't advertise my religion and I don't advertise all that, but yeah, I know. I mean, come on. The interview was set up, put earbuds on and listen to who is whispering to Holy A. Oh, it was a total setup. Like literally, they were like reading their script and like texting each other, like, I lost my page. Where are we at? I mean, it was insane. Terry Barker says she will go down. I hope so before she like pisses too many of us off. And, you know, she's the one who came after our dear Ara. She also now is coming after Mrs. G. So she's clearly going after people that have really good intentions and are not on YouTube to make money. Those are the people that are probably the most frightening to the corruption, because a lot of people on YouTube are here to make money. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion, as long as that's not your guiding force. Because if that's your guiding force, then you're going to be a sellout and say whatever people want to hear to get the most views and clicks and likes and cash. But if you are doing this as a hobby in pursuit of justice because you just have passion for it, then those are the people that are really threatening to reveal the truth. And it doesn't surprise me at all that Ara was one of the first people she went after. It doesn't surprise me at all that Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, that she's essentially accusing her of having done a drive-by at the mystery fake interview person's house. We'll just call them X. So then X says that the night before last, that somebody shot gunfire at her house, and then they were trying to tear the house down, like they were banging on it and tearing a piece of it off. And then when people questioned if she called law enforcement, she was like, "Oh yeah, 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 I did for sure. I definitely did. I didn't forget to do that. Yeah." Okay, then if that happened, why are you coming onto YouTube and talking about it? And I like what Shan said. I think it was Shan. It might have been Billy Darling or someone else. They said, "Oh, and did law enforcement tell you to go blab about it on YouTube?" I mean, come on. If it's an active investigation, you're not allowed to speak of it, period. Um, and Ara says, Justice in chat, hit that like button if you haven't. Thanks for the reminder, lady. She hasn't made any money from anyone, but all these other channels sure have made bank. No, she's got her Cash App right there. She is making money. She says stuff. Justice, I'm really not trusting where you're coming from at all, because she has said clearly on her channel, please, people, send me money. I'm running out of ink and it's expensive. So I don't know what the F you're talking about, but I'm about ready to put you in a timeout. So this is your warning. Consider yourself warned. Like, you're free to disagree, but don't speak untruths here. There's no freaking time for that. And I will start cussing and breaking all the YouTube protocol. No, I'm just kidding. It's just hard for me not to. I find cussing therapeutic. Save the trees, use a computer laptop. I mean, even I know how to use a computer laptop, and I'm Amish. Come on. When L stated, so yeah, I called her X, but allegedly her name is L. So LX, XL stated she should have watched Dirtbag, Holy A, videos before coming live is suspicious, and then keeping Kylie nickname secret is just cause she knows folks will know she full of baloney. I love your comment. So let's highlight that. And RS says, for a channel to make serious bank, you have to be one of those channels with tons of thousands of subs and at least 5K more views per video. Well, Ara, yes. Like, you take a channel like Christine Randall's is a really good example. And or let's just take Upchurch. She's got like 3 million subs. Everything he drops gets thousands of views instantly. So people like that, famous people with social media, every time they drop a video, they're going to make thousands of dollars. But yeah, you have to have like 1 million views on a video to get like $10,000. It's not like what people think. And yeah, if you're just a smaller channel like us, I mean, I've never made a dime, so I'm not out here for the money. And, if I was monetized making some money, it would probably be in the range of $100 to $200 a month for the size of my channel and the numbers of views I get. That's just a guess. Anyway, yeah, you have to have a lot of subscribers and a lot of views to make bank, unless you do the membership and the Cash Apps and the buy me a coffee and all that. And that's what content creators really make bank with. And a lot of them do all of the above. So I'm going to keep calling her Holy A. Has made money. She's lying. YouTube sent emails out to us creators about making more money doing lives with ads. And she's not done a regular video in 2 months. Oh, that's funny. Because see, I pretty much have only been doing lives lately, but I'm still not monetized. I just do it because I like talking with you guys, because you guys are smart and you have a lot of good ideas. But I did want to get back to that question once I'm caught up, of just kind of explaining what's going on for anyone who hasn't been paying attention to all the ridiculous drama. Smaller channels, if anything, earn pennies per video live. Yes, Ara. And Ara knows because she's monetized and she's a smaller channel. And, she uses the income from her YouTube for buying stuff for her students at school, right, Ara? I mean, you're so greedy. You're just in it for the money. Sounds like people are afraid of finding out the truth for Kylie. Well, justice coming soon. You just regained some ground. So I don't mean to be a hard ass. I just don't have time for anybody swooping in here from channels like that to try to, you know, fight their battle. No time for that. That's what I would call a troll. Justice coming soon. No one is against finding the truth. It's the opposite. It's funny that you read it differently than me, Bex. Let's read it again. Sounds like people are afraid of finding out the truth for Kylie. Oh, because that channel, Holy A, has the truth and we don't want to hear it. We're like this. We're like, no, 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 no. Yeah, right. Sure. Okay. I'm glad you had a different spin on it, Bex. So Super Chicken could figure that out. I'm not sure who Super Chicken is, but I love it. Definitely on the wrong channel. Whiskey Tango says, yes, I know small channels don't make the bang, but she's making money, folks. Have sent her money on Cash App. Unfortunately, I was one in the beginning that sent her money. Yeah, I'll admit that I sent Jeffy Poo $5 back when, he was begging for money, saying, oh, people, if I could just quit my job, I could get justice for Kylie. I think a lot of us fell for that crap, but he didn't hack my account, luckily. And we keep a close eye on that. You are right, Terry Barker says. And CB says, we don't, but it's pretty obvious. Whiskey says, sorry, just had to get that off my chest. Please do. That's what we're here for, is to get it off your chest. But it is apparent what a creator's true intentions are just by judging their titles to video. It is easily seen if something is used for clickbait. Well, and I noticed, I kind of glanced through her videos, and I noticed a lot of her thumbnails had photographs of people that I've never seen that have nothing to do with the Kylie case. And I was like, what the H? And I don't know if she's ever covered anything other than the Kylie Rodney case. Maybe she has. But I was looking at those videos, and they were clearly about justice for Kylie. So I'm like, what's she doing with these thumbnails of these cute kids? And yeah, that's completely against YouTube standards. I mean, even pictures of Kylie when she was a kid, that's kind of skating on thin ice. I mean, kids are sacred. You don't put them out there. That's rude, and it's immoral, and it's unethical, and it's dangerous, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's just effed up, to put it professionally, right? Okay. I've had a very busy day, so I'm still drinking coffee, even though it's 2:00. I'll confess to my sin here. And yeah, clickbait's the worst. Anna Bean says, very true diagnosis, Jazz. Oh, am I way behind? The guest said in one sentence, Kylie was my everything. And she also said all the Kylie made to her was getting on her nerves. And where am I? I've fallen so far behind. You guys have so much to say. Okay. I'm going to try to speed read. Meant to say calls Kylie made. Yeah, Jade Hunter, thank you. What is Thrive? Thrive is like a weight loss product that Shanann Watts was a representative of, and it's an MLM. It's a multi-level manufacturing. I'm not sure what the second M is for. Multi-level marketing. Which, like Avon or Amway. And yeah, it probably has a lot to do with the crisis that family found themselves in, trying to keep up with the Thrive crap. She is going to get mad next move. It's a weight loss and caffeine. Right. It's kind of like Red Bull, right? It's Red Bull patches mostly. They also make candy bars and stuff like that, and shakes. And love a lot of channels when they do true crime, but YouTube has turned out to be all people making fun and calling bad word names, etc. It's just so horrible, not enjoyable anymore. Well, that's on us, Bearer of Love, which is why I say it's not just the content creator's responsibility to call out the BS. it's also the content viewer's responsibility to call a spade, because, if we don't, then we're allowing it to become garbage. We're the only ones that it's sort of like Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires. Shan needs to make a shirt. Only you can prevent dumpster fires. Did somebody already come up with that? Because I want, royalties. Only you can prevent dumpster fires. That's a good one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, she can get mad in same pants she gets mad in. That's confusing. I'm sure there's a typo in there, but I usually can figure it out what the typo is. Yes, explain. I will, I promise. A for J will get her holy karma. It's coming. If I can't catch up, I'll give up and then explain. I've contacted those innocent folks she's doxing, which is why the trolls are heavy now. Awesome whiskey, no proof, bearing false witness, and hit that like. Who blocked me yesterday in Holy A's live when I asked, did I miss L live? Interesting, Sandra. I'm going to highlight that one and keep trying to speed read. She's going after anyone on Kylie's case and moving on to the Idaho and Delphi now. Oh, lovely. Yeah, good luck with that. She needs to stay in her lane. Okay, well, good luck with that. OMG, if someone was shooting outside, you would not be on YouTube. You would be having the cops. They're not talking about it. Right. So was she allegedly calling dumpster fire, Holy A, from that same house that was shot at and assaulted? The house was assaulted the night before. So then dumpster fire Holy A was implying that Mrs. G was behind that because she was doubting the integrity of X or L, and she was doubting that the live was going to happen. So she was just like, oh, something's probably going to happen to prevent that. And so dumpster fire Holy A, in her ingenuity, tried to twist that and use it against Mrs. G, implying that Mrs. G did that. And she should be very careful because Mrs. G already has an attorney and she can sick that attorney on her probably in a day. So I hope she does. I really hope she does, because that's clearly slander. She's definitely scamming for money. She was given enough money to get a new laptop. Jumped, where'd it go? Which she showed on her channel. Angel yip and says she's scared to use it because she doesn't want to get hacked. Well, that's baloney. That's great. They don't know Kylie. No, absolutely not. And Kylie wasn't pregnant. And yeah. Ara, Squirrels on Fire, Mrs. G are not monetized. Actually, I don't think Mrs. G is monetized, but Squirrels on Fire, I think, is, and Ara is. They don't make a lot of money on their channels, but I do think that they're monetized. And they're very frank about it, so they'd let you know one way or the other. But yeah, I don't think Mrs. G is. But she's also very frank about the fact that she's loaded. Like, she lives in freaking Silicon Valley, and her husband is like retired Silicon Valley dude. So yeah, that's big money, baby, big money. Exactly, but she was using 2 cell phones. Yes, and neither is Jazz. Right, I'm not monetized. I was monetized for about a month last January, a year ago. My account built up $167, and then they've been saying this problem and that problem and the other problem ever since. So I've never seen a dime of it. And that was the amount that built up in the 45 days from like between Christmas and New Year's up until about the first week of February. I'm not worried about it. I have a stable income and I do this for the love of justice. Honestly, I wouldn't turn the money down, but I am glad that I've never made money with it, so that if anyone tries to say that I'm in it for the money, I can say, yeah, right. I've spent literally thousands of dollars building up this channel. and I'm happy to do it. And I'd do it again and again and again. Okay, so Dumpster Fire Holy A is turning this platform into a Dumpster Fire Holy A. B-rated daytime soaps. Doing through this unjustified case is highly disturbing as well as causes damage. It's effing ridiculous. I don't mean anything about doing lives, just we can see what she is doing with her platform. She's making a mess out of Kylie's case and all these kids and innocent folks. Right. She might be one of these people that's kind of sent out into the streets of YouTube just to derail everything. I mean, because she is derailing everything. And don't mean anything. Okay, just read that one. I didn't highlight it though. And yeah, these innocent folks, like, I mean, she literally accused Ara of being Truckee Mafia. And at that point was when I thought, is she Truckee Mafia? Because that's precisely what gaslighters do, is they accuse you of doing exactly what they're doing. Am I right? That was when I got suspicious of her maybe not being from Ohio. She says she's in Chillicothe, which if you guys don't know, Chillicothe is famous for the number of missing people, women that are all found in the woods, in ditches, like so famous for it that they had their very own TV show on like Discovery ID, investigative discovery, their very own show just for that one tiny town. It's a tiny freaking town. It's maybe like 100,000 people. It's like an hour south of Columbus. And if she literally lives there, why isn't she working on that? Because that's been a problem for decades, like no other. It's kind of like the Green River Killer, except it looks like there's probably more than one, probably because there's a couple or more signatures on the victims. And of course, the victims, like the Green River Killer and like so many others, are women usually who are working in trafficking, women who are being trafficked. So I took screenshots last night of the first 6 seconds of one of her recent lives where she's putting a stash of something in a little box. Oh my goodness, Jade Hunter. Holy kaboli. Yeah, I never thought of her as a substance abuser until last night. Like her eyelids were like half open the whole time. And the person on the other end of the phone, L or X or whatever the heck she wants to say she is, she sounded drunk AF. Are you guys in agreement with that? I mean, she could barely speak. She was hopped up on some kind of Scooby snacks, in my humble opinion. No notice on your live. Jeez. Oh, Mark, I'm just so happy that you're here. Thank you for coming in. Google Super Chicken. It's an old cartoon. I will. Thank you. I love funny stuff. If you send Cash App, it doesn't reflect on the YouTube financial income, would it? Yeah, probably not, because it's not part of that. And Angel says no, so they know. Get glad in some pants is a quote my MIL would say when someone else would get mad. Get glad in some pants. That's funny. Hello all. Late today, just woke up. Her latest is even worse than the L video. She has solved the 411 missing. Oh, great. Yeah, I figured whatever came after the one Shan was dissecting was going to be a lot worse, because that's just the natural progression of things, unless she just got smart and just like stopped herself. But I'm sure she can't. Like she's in heaven getting all this attention. A lot like MC. These people have probably never had people pay attention to them their whole lives. And all of a sudden they have viewers and they're just like, ooh, people listening to me. I'm special. I mean, I think you guys are special, honestly. Like, I don't feel like I'm special because people pay attention to my channel. I feel like you're special for paying attention to it. And I just feel very fortunate to be, I hope, helping these situations. But, I mean, there's a lot of negative attention that comes with it. But I think that these people that are attention whores, they don't care if it's negative attention because it's still attention. That's the whole thing with being an attention whore. Let's see. Catching up. Um, Maybe too many YouTubers, bats, hack crazy. You back Jeff, relatives. Yeah, I know. So you back Jeff has a channel called the Kylie Rodney channel. If you guys don't know, that's him. He's creepy AF. And who's going to call themselves the Kylie Rodney channel? Like, as if he's the furthest thing from it. Whiskey Tango, thank you so much. It's very rough. It's my first short. Had to bite the bullet. She is just so extra. Oh, cool. Let's all check out Raised from Perdition's channel. Do you want to drop the link if possible? Or I don't know if Mark knows how, if he remembers how. I know he's done it. I believe if no one would respond to her lives or anyone else they don't agree with, the flame would burn out. Putting oil on a fire doesn't help, in my opinion. I think there's enough, there's a sucker born every minute. And I think there's enough people that are sucked in by her BS. I think it's absolutely necessary for Shan to be doing the public service that she's doing. I know for a fact she doesn't like it. She's not doing it for fun. She's not doing it for clicks. She's doing it because somebody's got to. Excuse me while I slurp my coffee. Anna Bean thinks she was wasted. Yeah. I think they both were. I think the dumpster fire Holy A, she didn't seem drunk to me. But the eyelids being half open, I don't know, baked, maybe some gummy worms or something. I have no idea. My screen name used to be Auntie B. I don't know, wanted to change it to my fur babies' names. I will email you those pics. Oh, thank you, Jade Hunter. That'd be awesome. Still trying to catch up. And then I will do what I keep promising I'm going to do. Where did it go? I always thought about why she didn't cover her own town. Chillicothe has been bad for a lot of things for a long time. Right. Yeah. And it wasn't until she was accusing Ara, of all people, of being Truckee Mafia, which I thought that was really funny, but it's not funny. It's not. I mean, it really was hard for our dear Ara. Yes, I agree. What witness has to be led and still staggering. And she cut her off. Like, the woman L or X was about to tell the Kylie story, and Holy A was just like, no way. Like, she shut her down so quick. That was the wrap of the interview. That was pretty telling. You can tell when she's high or down big time. And I can respect that way of thinking. That's what I think, my live. She's special, all right. And OMG, almost missed you again. Hey, Mom first. Hello. Thanks for coming in. I'm just determined to get caught up before I kind of do a review of where we're at with all this for people who are like, WTF, please help. And oh, thanks for dropping the link, Mark. Excelente. Excellent. I don't have a link yet. It's my very first. It's called A Day in the Life of Dumpster Fire Holy A's Forehead. Oh, man, that's funny. A bit rusty, but there. Excellent, Mark. That's very cool. She in deep. I feel she tries to act like Nancy Grace as well. I actually like Nancy Grace for the most part, not always. I watched a video this morning, and yes, the clapping and the guys, ugh, my nerves. Yeah, like she acts like she's best friends with everybody at the other end of her camera. Shouldn't the family sue you back jerk before anyone? Yeah, I would think. Back in a minute. Doggy needs to go out. Still waiting for approval from YouTube. Did she pay the 100,000? Not sure what that's for. I don't have enough subscribers, but I don't know what I want to do with her. LOL. I just like meeting folks and talking and true crime. The truth of it is not the pansy show dumpster fire Holy A is doing. I believe if this woman really wanted to get the information out on Kylie, she would have gone to Shan. There has been a P.O. box out there. Right. No, it's just like, remember a few months ago when she said that the dumpster fire Holy A said that somebody contacted her and said, hey, I want to give $100,000 to anybody who has a photograph that they will send to you of the party. Like, really? Anybody sends any photograph to that channel, this person allegedly says they're going to give $100,000 for? Right. I think that she was just trying to trick people into sending her photographs. And I doubt she got a single one of anything real. She might have gotten a couple of fakes, but I think that whole thing was fake. And I think this whole thing is fake. We love Aura, and it is going to take a lot more than someone talking silly about people to change that. Well, it's really stressful getting blasted on YouTube, especially the first time it happens. You know, you have to thicken your skin and lick your wounds and, you know, put on your big girl panties and keep on keeping on. I mean, you kind of have to expect it, but it's still, it doesn't make it any easier. It's rough. She did go to Shan, but A for J was too much of a Holy A. Okay. Raised, I just subbed. Yay, gotta go. My vocational rehabilitation intake today. I'm excited by all. I'm excited that, you know, I think by keeping on, that we can gain traction, like real traction in real life, in real time, on accomplishing something, getting closer to real justice for Kylie. Even though she is more than likely not of this earth anymore, she still deserves justice just as much as if she were still breathing, in my humble opinion. Going to carpool. I will catch up on the replay. Have a great day. Yes, thanks for coming by, and thanks for sharing, and thanks for saying goodbye. I'm talking about L, and Mark never got the 100,000. Yeah, I needed to get 1,000 subs, I thought, before I could do a live. But then there's other markers that you don't have to hit that marker. You can hit other markers, like how many views or how many total hours of watch time people are giving your channel. Was it Money Nut Chewer? I don't know what that is. Is that like a channel? Money Nut Chewer? That's funny. The story of warning shots and door banging and cry crash. Nope, can't believe any of it. Oh, totally. No, I don't believe none of it. I mean, if that actually happened to you, that'd be so scary. You'd be very shaken up. You'd definitely go to the police, and you'd be afraid to go back to your house, and you certainly wouldn't be talking about it publicly. I love the tried and true crew. Mom first always. Elle would have went with a creator that has more info on Kylie and the real info, or at least the right info, and not a channel that attacks folks. Was just talking photo dollars. Jade, thank you so much. You're my 5th. Good luck today. Oh, how awesome. 5 subs. Let's all help Raised from Perdition out and sub up. So let's see. I want to share my funny thing that I came up with when I came back onto Shan's panel after I hopped off. I hopped back on. I think it was when I said the thing about how Shan says MC is word salad. I was like, this Holy A takes it up a notch to like word soup. And then we were all having fun kicking it around like Jello mold salad. Somebody else just said like barf words or something. I mean, seriously, it's just cray cray. And so they both are insisting that Kylie was dating Nate, Hamburglar Nate, and that he's a tall blonde guy. And you guys probably have seen pictures of Hamburglar guy, and he's a tall, dark-haired young man. He does not have blonde hair. I don't think anybody would ever call that blonde hair. There is a tall blonde man that I think they're confusing him with. We don't need to get into it, but also, let's see. Yeah, that part where L or X was ready to share a story and said, I want to share a Kylie story. And then Holy A completely cut her off and was like, okay, we're done here. Bye. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a fairly accurate representation of how it went. You could tell that Elle and Misty set up their convo because Elle was not confident in all she was telling. You could hear the confusion, the I don't know what to say, the worried and scared she would slip. And you're very welcome, raised from perdition 2 times. Yeah, I agree, Whiskey Tango. It was just weird. It was really weird. She could not describe Jesus if she had to. Yeah, and so let's see, how do we do this? How do we just kind of do a quick thumbnail Cliff Notes version of somebody who's not caught up with all this ridiculous drama? So A for J is trashing other content creators, and I have to jokingly say I feel very left out. I haven't been trashed yet. I'm sure it's coming, right? Because, once you say something negatory about another content creator, you're kind of opening the door. So for a lot of reasons, I used to feel like when I was a new YouTuber, like just never, ever, ever bring up any content creator unless it's to give them a compliment. And it just seemed like a good rule of thumb. And it's kind of how I live my life socially too. But the longer I do this, I feel like it's my responsibility to call crap out when I see crap, if I think it's crap. And the longer I've been doing that, I feel like it's not just my responsibility, it's all of our responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. We can't allow people to try to fill the airwaves with bullcrap. I mean, just like in real life, I mean, are you going to let people just trash talk and not point out that they're trash talking? And yeah, you don't want to follow them around and take notes and, counter everything they're saying. But on this platform, I really appreciate Shan doing pretty much exactly that because I feel like it needs to be done. And mostly because there are people who believe her, or at least people who say they believe her. And if she has a little squad of people that say they believe her, then that's going to influence more people to actually believe her. You know how that works. I mean, but yeah, the conversation is very in it's very like fake and phony, and everything about this LX person is fake and phony. And when she's saying anything, any of her little types of stories or descriptions of things, you can tell she's not telling the truth because she's not going into detail. She's not giving anything that you can hang your hat on. She's just talking real general in circles about nothing. Like literally, I think it's like a 50-minute live from that channel, Dumpster Fire Holy A. And the whole 50 minutes is pretty much, the word Jello mold salad with colored marshmallows. Yeah. And I felt true with this lady L. I could feel her emotion in her stories. Also, the way she spoke about Kylie made me feel I know Kylie more. That's my opinion. Oh, Bear of Love. I'm concerned for you. Seriously. I think you're either not telling the truth or you're needing help. Seriously. Honestly. I'm not trying to be mean. Don't bother and ignore it. We could be doing so much for so many. You could hear the racism when talking about her son's girlfriend. making sure she's go on and on and on about his girlfriend ethnicity and her jelly rant. Vomit salad, CB. Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact phrase. I was like, vomit words? Yeah, vomit salad. It's a good rule of thumb. Yes, ignore other people's mistakes, worry about our own. Of course, bearer of love, but I'm not entertained with your input because I think it's actually a distraction. And I just think that if you really believe that you feel like you know Kylie better from Elle talking in the fake interview, um, mm, seriously, I'm honestly concerned for your well-being. Like the old saying, like I've got some beachfront property to sell to you in Kansas. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good rule of thumb to stay in our lane and take care of ourselves. And in this forum, it's a community and we're all sharing. So that's why I feel like it's imperative to that we are staying in our lane and taking care of ourselves when we address these issues that overlap with our own channels. Um, she couldn't get a clue if she was riding the blue bus. I almost spit. Oh man, that's hilarious. Whiskey, I didn't see that, but I don't doubt it. When she went after Ara, it was apparent that she's racist. I hadn't even thought of that, Anna. That really made me mad. I see. I was shocked she didn't go after me because I've admitted to hanging out in Truckee and skiing at North Star and staying right there on Donner Lake. I did that, handfuls of times back in the 90s when I was in graduate school. So, if she said that I used to hang out in Truckee, she'd be right. Not that I knew any locals, but, I just thought it was funny she was saying that about Ara because Ara had dark hair and so did this little girl in the photograph. But that's a very interesting point. Um, I've not seen the Ara rant. I always caught her late, but recently started skimming through all her photos and seeing all the gross stuff I missed. Honestly, I think she was just really jealous of Ara because Ara is really direct and honest. I mean, she's not perfect. None of us are, but people respect Ara. People like Ara. And, Ara will be drinking beer while she's doing her live, but she'll tell you she's drinking beer while she's doing her live. She's not hiding anything. She's transparent. That's what's important. I made the comment earlier about the gummy worms, and I don't mean to insinuate that anybody using cannabis for something shouldn't be on YouTube. I'm just insinuating that anybody who's using cannabis for anything might want to be transparent about that when they're doing their YouTube because people see things and people will judge. Like, for instance, the 1111 Tarot channel gets accused of being drunk all the time because she had a bunch of dental work done and she's in speech therapy and sometimes she slurs her speech. So she gets comments like that all the time, and she's constantly telling people when she's slurring a word that she's in speech therapy. And somebody like Upchurch, he'll tell you that he just smoked a doobie before he recorded something. I mean, that's the transparency. And I think it's important to be transparent because if you don't, people are going to notice these things and think, what the heck? What's going on here? Let's see. And that's when she showed her true colors. Poor Ara, the drowned girl. Love you, Ara. Yeah, I mean, it helped Ara's profile. I mean, again, it gave Ara more attention. It was negative attention, and she wanted nothing to do with it. But I think it probably did help her become more of a household name in this little true crime community. Honestly, that's how I feel. It isn't about how I feel about Army, but this lady may be honest. I can't judge her. Yeah, Bear of Love, I really think you're having serious challenges judging people. Like, listen again. I don't know if you watch Shan's video, but you might want to listen to it from Shan's perspective. Honestly, seriously. I don't know what she said about Ara because I don't watch her channel. Ara is a wonderful person. I can't imagine anyone saying bad things about Ara. We love that woman. Yeah, she's a music teacher in a high school, and she gives these kids everything she's got. And somebody called the school to report her for doing YouTube with a beer in her hand. And I can only imagine that somebody might have had the initials MC, might have been Ultred, but yeah, I mean, it was really effing with her. Um, I'm way behind, but I sent her $25 several months ago and I never got a thanks, LOL. Yeah, I hope you can get it back. Probably not, right? Um, I still want my $5 back from Jeff Fee Poo. I also want my $5 back from AWP. Stupid. Let's see. I see her here. Not that Ara is here. No, she was, though. She was here earlier, Mark. You guys might not have crossed paths. She lost her mind, and it's painful to try to listen. It's it would be sad if she wasn't so hateful. I mean, it's hard to have any compassion for her because she's really witchy. She's really mean-spirited. And I'm not a distraction. I'm over in the UK. Definitely not distracting anyone in any way. Okay, Bear of Love, chill. YouTube is for everyone is now scary. LOL. I never get a chance, never got a thanks either. Just sent email. Whiskey Tango, well, we won't be fooled again, which is Shan's channel is Squirrels on Fire. And I want my $2 back from John Cusack. Gave her a chance, but Lord, I tried to help her, but she's vicious when you don't agree. And see, I like to think that I'm fine with anybody disagreeing with me. I'm just not fine with trolls coming in here and trying to gaslight. So I'm about ready to block the one that just said she's in the UK. Not trying to be mean. You are free to disagree. I just don't know why you're here if you're not a troll with the stuff that you've been saying. Let's see. Shoot, Ara took us with drinks and dinner with her man on a birthday celebration, didn't she? That was pretty cool. I was in that live. That was sweet. Great discussion this morning. Well, Jade Hunter, that's really nice. I'm still trying to get to the part that was asked for about just trying to catch somebody up with the Cliff Notes version of all the drama. You know, I think there's been this weird competition in the Kylie Rodney camp because there's not a lot of us here. A lot of the true crime content creators that were doing Kylie Rodney are no longer doing Kylie Rodney. And then the handful that still are, I feel like there's this desire to be the king or the queen of it. And I'm not even going to read this. Okay, good. I'm glad you're going to unsubscribe with pleasure because you're gone. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Pain them. Okay. Anyway, huge distraction. See, I'm finally getting to the part that has been asked for all along, and I'm getting distracted by that. I'm sure you're like friends with the dirt bag, douchebag, dumpster fire, holy A. I mean, whatever. Have a good life. Okay, on with it. Why did they leave Kylie Rodney clicks? Why did they leave Kylie Rodney clicks? I don't know what that means, Mark. So I'm so sad I lost a sub. Okay. Yeah. See how easy it is to derail? Okay. So I was getting to the point of catching up on the whole if you missed all the drama. So these content creators, some I feel like are trying to be like the king of the mountain. Like, and a lot of people, like self included, consider Shan a born natural leader with her platform and her angle on the Kylie Rodney case. What I love about her angle is that she's really building up a community of other content creators and subscribers where everyone has a voice. And she's really good at giving people a safe place to speak their truth and agree to disagree. And when people are being trolls and nasty, that's not agreeing to disagree. That's trolls trying to derail you. And if they can get you to talk about anything under the sun other than what you're trying to say, they've succeeded in their derailing. It's pretty easy to do. And it's pretty easy to be derailed. So you really need to be careful. And this is why I used to always come out and say at the beginning of my lives that I have a zero troll policy or zero troll tolerance, because I got trolled a lot last year when my channel grew so quickly and I had so many trolls, and not just Kylie Rodney case, but the Idaho 4. And it was just not fun. And it takes up a lot of your channel time, and that's what they're trying to do, and you can't let them. So, I had a ton of people blocked. I pretty much unblocked everybody that was blocked at some point in time. So some of those trolls might not even know that they're not blocked anymore. And I'm sure some people got blocked that weren't trolls, that my mods thought maybe they were trolls. So for those, I apologize, but I did unblock everybody. And then when people proved to me again that they were trolling, then I took care of that. Squirrels on fire is fire. Sorry, but not sorry when I say others can't handle it. That's cute. She is on fire. She's really good at what she does. I love her. I really admire her, and I like the way she thinks. I like the way she talks. I like the way she just tells it like it is. Same thing with Upchurch. I really admire people that aren't afraid to just say what needs to be said. I'm looking at the time and thinking I need to start wrapping up. We're getting close to an hour and a half. So I don't know if I finished with catching up. I doubt that I did, but I don't want you guys to get ahead of me either. So let me try to stay caught up and then finish that up. Bye, Bear. Jazz was being polite and wasn't going to block you. Yeah. Well, see, I think I gave a bunch of trolls some pointers, and I try not to do that, but I'd done it already. And so a lot of the trolls got smart and quit being such obvious trolls. So I think it's harder in my discussions to see who the trolls are, because I gave them some tips on how to be more successful trolls. Is like, try to play nice, try to disguise yourself as not a troll, and then you can troll a lot better. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe some of the trolls will turn into non-trolls. It's kind of like if, what is the saying from the 12 steps? Fake it till you make it. So if you're faking that you're not a troll, then maybe you'll become not a troll. Sort of like when you force yourself to smile when you're not happy, that can sometimes pull you out of that. I gotta find the Squirrels on Fire channel and sub. I've only seen one of hers, I think, but I'm definitely gonna sub up. So Whiskey Tango, if you go to my last live from yesterday, I have a link to her last live before the one she did last night. So I will put a link to the live she did last night in this description after we're done here. Oh, shite. Apparently I'm behind on live stream. Haha. She's good at the computer graphics and has made Squirrels on Fire amazing. She's really sharp with artwork and computer stuff. She's just really sharp. Amazing. She shares it with us to be a movement for the voiceless. I'm overwhelmed with tears just saying this. Oh, Jade, that's so cute. That's super sweet. But yeah, she's a very, very smart woman. She's a smart person. That's another reason I don't want to make videos. I don't want to deal with trolls, mean folks, etc. I idol you for being a strong woman making your great videos. Well, thanks, Whiskey. I think that holds a lot of people back from making their own videos. And I would say don't let it, because fortunately, as even a freaking jewelry artist, like a jewelry designer in my early adult life, I got a lot of criticism. When you do something creative, when you do something different, when you have your own voice, you become a target, and, everybody's a critic. So I learned early in my life not to worry about that crap. I mean, like I said, it's still sometimes difficult and it can affect you, but it's just crap. Same when people are like blowing smoke up your skirt and telling you you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like the higher the pedestal, the harder the fall, is the way I see it. We all need to keep our feet on the ground, our heads on our shoulders, and just be who we are and, hope for the best and do our best. I mean, that's all we can do. Um, but thank you. That's nice. Nice of you to say. And Shan is awesome and she's on it. Yes, I agree, people here. Love Up Church. He thinks how I think reason I like him so much. Yes. He's smart. And again, he doesn't like try to be what he thinks other people want him to be. He just is himself. Not a troll here, guys. Oh, thank goodness, Mark. I was worried. I thought that you might be one of those trolls disguised as a nice, honest person. Kidding, of course. Jazz, thank you for going over this phone call from douchebag. You are awesome too. Not a troll here. I can be a green eye monster at times. Thank you, Justice. I definitely will click on the link. Have a great day. Love, Shan, Mrs. G, Ara, and Jazz, and Ninja, and Mark. And yeah, I want to include all of the great content creators, and I know I leave a few out, like oh, well, Divine Pathways, man, she did a great one on Kylie Rodney a few days ago. I put the link to that in yesterday's video description too. Also, like, is it called Prophetic Forensics? And, there's a handful of some really, really good channels that I often don't mention and want to. So I should write them down and mention them all. I stopped my chemo treatments and feel better, doing better. I still have leukemia, but I'm doing it my way. Chemo made me so sick. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Whiskey Tango. Wow. More power to you. Have you tried acupuncture? I know that that is very effective for a lot of cancers and especially just for dealing with the nausea. If Johnny Gobble can handle the trolls, anyone can. Mark, I haven't seen your channel. What is it? It's called Mark Molina. And he's really good. I love Mark's lives because he's always got some really rock solid information. He doesn't come on if he doesn't have something. Never was on a pedestal. She keeps digging a trench. Yeah. And you hit bottom when you quit digging. That's another really good 12-step saying. If you guys haven't heard that one, you hit bottom when you quit digging, because people dig themselves so deep into those trenches and you think they can't get any lower, and then they do. But it is something that everyone can do for themselves, is just to stop the digging, and then you quit going lower. Oh, snap, Mark says, I see Shan as a wonderful balance. If you earn it, she will let you know. And if you are trying, she will encourage you, will roast you and still help you, and will roll with you when you're down. Yeah, she and I had a little bit of a run-in, but it was fine. It was really, honestly, because MC was trash talking me on her channel a lot. And I just said, hey, maybe you would not have MC trashing me so much on your channel. And she was like, I do what I want. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I figured that was what you would say. We just kind of gave each other space. And then I figured eventually she'd get sick of that thing. And she did. And, it's those things happen when you connect with people and you have like a relationship. I mean, our relationship is just what you guys see with being content creators. Then you're going to have falling outs, and it's fine. It's not the falling out. It's not the conflict that defines your connection. It's what you make of it and what you do with it. So, I didn't even want to say anything to her because I like to let people do whatever it is they want to do. And I fully expected that would be her response, but I just thought I would share what I had been thinking for a while. Because it was annoying, but honestly, I always thought of it as a compliment to be disliked by such a creature. And, if she spoke highly of me, the MC Ultra, I would be very concerned, and I would think I'm doing everything wrong in my life if somebody like that thought highly of me. I mean, her not liking me is a compliment. Sort of like, I was going to say, sort of like Satan not liking you. It's like, oh, that really hurts my feelings. Not. I mean, anyway, I'm going to wrap up. If I didn't do a good job of, summarizing the conflict, then I'll try to figure that out for tomorrow's video. Because, I try to review my videos, and in reviewing them, I see a lot of what I can't see when I'm doing them. So thanks so much, you guys. And did I do my thumb a second time? I might have. It's a long live, so maybe this is a third time. But I put it over here in the darker corner, so that kind of fills it up nicely, doesn't it? Just hold it like that. Please hit that thumbs up button on the way out if you haven't already. And thanks so much for being here, you guys. And I'm realizing right now that I never used my mic for this live. I apologize. I have it sitting right there, so it's not plugged in. Anyway, I hope the sound was okay. It definitely is improved when I use the mic. So let's see, let's get caught up and then say goodbye. Gonna try it for cancer, lupus, osteoporosis. I don't know, all that great stuff. So sorry you're going through this. Prayers sent. You are the calm in the storm for me. And see, that's what I really don't want, is for you guys to feel stressed out when I talk about all of these 4-hour lives. I don't want you to feel like, oh no, now I need to watch that. I want you to feel like you're right where you need to be. You're getting the information that you need. And it's all good. I know I get overwhelmed sometimes too. And then I have to remember, like, I always catch the stuff I need to catch. Anything that I miss that's really important, I learn about it eventually. People will bring it to me like you guys do. Thanks, Jazz, Hands, and crew. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. I got this. I will fight for my family and just keep on throwing down with it. I don't think about it. I had a coming to Jesus moment. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you, everybody. Yes, you'll want to check Mark Molina out. Thanks, Jazz, and all you wonderful folks. Thank you. Thank you. Got to go do snow removal. Have a great day. Thanks, Sandra. So much snow. A foot right now and still dumping. Oh, how exciting. That's lovely. I feel at peace and feel love and happiness here on your platform. That's so sweet. I hope that that's true for various people. That's where I try to be. That's where I try to be. And if I can emulate that for other people, then that's very cool. So have a great rest of your day. Take really good care of yourself. You know the drill. Eat well, drink your water, stay hydrated, eat your veggies, eat your protein, get fresh air and sunshine, relax, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And just be. I think that's the best advice, is to just be. You do you. See you on the flip side. Thanks again. Take care.